An exhibition at the Maryhill Museum of Art took us behind the wheel for a 100-mile drive through history and along the Columbia Gorge. The Columbia River, Wallula to the sea, is as ambitious in its scope as it is probing in its depth. It offers a deep appreciation of both the land and its people. They may not always be in sync, but their spiritual bond is inseparable. The last stretch of the Columbia River covers a diverse and dynamic range of ecosystems, from temperate rainforests to dry grasslands. Like its people, it has changed over the last 150 years. Landscape artists, inspired or afflicted by the scenery, quietly document the fragile balance between man and nature. The earliest paintings date to the third quarter of the 19th century. Most paintings are on loan, either from private collections or the Oregon Historical Society. With the exception of James Everett Stewart, early painters were trained on the East Coast, where the Hudson River School had flourished for decades. For them, the Pacific Northwest supplemented the quickly disappearing wilderness in the East with its untamed primeval nature. Like their predecessors, they offered a vision where man and nature coexist peacefully. In Raymond Dab Yellin's Table Mountain, a vantage point of Mount Hood from its east side suited his luminous style. A glowing orange sky is mirrored in the Columbia River. James Everett Stewart, a student of Yelland, eventually opened a studio near the Dalles. In The Great Chief, the columnar rock formation near Miller Island is exaggerated to an enormous height that dwarfs the encampment below. John McStanley's lithograph of Old Fort Walla Walla from 1853 showed his acuteness and empathy toward the native Indians. By the turn of the 20th century, artists like Benjamin Gifford used photography to reveal how common people like fishermen and log rafters have been shaped by the river. Benjamin Gifford's early photograph of Celilo Falls captured what the area around Maryhill Museum of Art looked like before the construction of the Dalles Dam in the 1950s. Indigenous people used long spears and dip nets to catch fish, regulated to accord with the rhythms of nature. The exhibition features two contemporary artists, Thomas Jefferson Kitts and Eric Sandgren. Kitts' painting of Two Sisters Rock follows the earlier romanticized landscape tradition, but with a high-keyed palette. In Memaleuce, Kitts basks massive basalt cliffs in warm light from the golden hour. Over 100 years, a series of industries have made their marks on the river, ranging from fur trapping, logging, to commercial fishing, hydraulic manufacturing, and shipbuilding. Eric Sandgren calls for our attention to the past and present of human intervention of the river. The exhibition's showstopper is Sandgren's four-panel visionary landscape painting with composite landmarks stretching more than 300 miles. Wallula to the sea adopts an oriental practice of shifting vantage points, like revealing a Chinese hand scroll. Sandgren is at his best when he is free from referencing specific locales. His loose and energetic brushstrokes evoke myths and legends. The water rushes forward. That essential nature comes alive like a spiritual force, unbounded and unstoppable. Experience the Columbia River. Wallula to the sea at the Maryhill Museum of Art through November 15, 2024.